What's going on? This video is gonna be a little bit different because I just wanna freestyle. I just wanna talk to you and explain why I make these videos. The reason I do it is because coming up, I always used to have this curiosity about what my purpose was. And I never really could put a pin on that. I could never really find exactly what it was. And like I've mentioned in other videos, I saw people where they would get emotional once they reached the goal that they were trying to achieve. And I never really knew what goal would make me get to that point. So then one time I had an opportunity to work from home for probably a good year. And I spent a lot of time self-development. I spent a lot of time researching and finding a little bit more about who I am and a little bit more about what options there are out there that made sense for me. And I found coaching and life coaching. And once I found that, I dove straight in and I went crazy with it. And I started to coach a lot of people. And I realized there's a whole lot of people out there that are looking for their purpose, looking for their passion, looking for what it is that is gonna fulfill them in their lives. But they're doing it in a way where it's kind of just a curiosity in the back of their minds. But in the meantime, they're still in the rat race and they're still just kind of wore down with regular life activities. So they didn't have any kind of time to really find what that passion was for them. So I realized as I was helping people to kind of find themselves and find who they are and what makes them tick and what makes them strong and what weaknesses do they have and all of those things, it became a passion of mine to help people get to this because now I have found it for myself. And I saw a lot of people that have imposter syndrome as well, where they kind of got into positions where they were successful, but then they doubted themselves every single day. They doubted themselves every moment, thinking they were out of position, they were misaligned. And in a lot of cases, that was the problem. A lot of us are misaligned. And so I found that there was this deep desire in people to find that alignment, but they didn't know how. And so people are always swaying left and right, and they're trying to look for what makes them better in life. And they're jumping on these money schemes where they can make money fast, or they're jumping on these different assessments of themselves and things like that, but none of it is really taking. And I started to find out that coaching was the way that was gonna help them to get over that hump. And I found success in that. And so I realized that you have to find all of this within. It's not external to you. You can't find out who you are. You can't find out what's gonna make you tick in life by looking and adding on to you everywhere you turn, adding on new tasks, for example. I found that you gotta look within. You gotta find that time to be able to think and to be able to be quiet and to be able to pray, to be able to seek wisdom and knowledge and understand really truly on a deep level who you are. And it's a personal development that allows you to then step out and do the things that really make you happy. And when you do this, you begin to build new confidence in yourself. And that's when imposter syndrome goes out the window, because now you're confident. You know you're moving in a direction that you have purpose and that you have passion and it's unique to you. And you know you're able to help other people because you're the one with the gift. But see, a lot of people don't find that in themselves, by themselves. It takes coaching, or it takes like deep self-development, where a lot of people don't spend enough time doing that. And so they end up just running in this straight line of where they think they belong, but they feel out of line their whole lives. It's like, it makes me think about in the military, we have this command called fall in. And when we hear fall in, we jump to wherever we're at, right? We move from wherever we're at into this formation. And once we get in formation, we're locked in. Once we get in our position, we stay in that position. And then we wait for the next order, for the next command. Then from that point on, we take orders. We move the way we're told to move. We turn when we're told to turn. We do whatever we're supposed to do as a one unit. And we lose our self-identity and we become one team. And this is a good thing for the military. We move with discipline and precision and with excellence. But we lose that individual identity. And in life, we don't need to lose our identity. We actually need to regain it, because a lot of people lost track of who they are throughout their lives. They just started to fall into different molds, into other people's expectations, things like that. And when they did this, They lost track of like who they are as an individual, who they were as a kid, what they wanted to be when they were a child, what their dreams were, and all of these things. They just kind of fell on a track and just were molded from that point on. And it's time to get off of that track. It's time to get off of that railroad track and start to merge into the lane that belongs to you. You got to reclaim your identity and step back into what makes you unique, because that's when you're going to find fulfillment. Too many people live their whole lives never being really truly fulfilled because they're not doing the thing that they were created to do in the first place. We just get a job and we go to work every single day, and then we just do what our jobs are. And then we retire from that, and then we go find more work, and we just do more work. But we're still not always doing the work that we love. Because if we were, a lot of us would be doing it for ourselves and getting paid for it. Because there's something unique about each one of us that's going to help change or help other people's lives. But if you don't find that, you'll just be doing something that just continues to make somebody else's business prosper. And there's nothing wrong with working jobs forever. There's nothing wrong. If that's what your passion is, if you're doing what you need to be doing and it's fulfilling you, good. I'm talking about people who are feeling unfulfilled because you know that there's more. That's who I'm trying to reach to. We've been taught backwards. In this life, we've been taught that we need to just go get our education and we need to go and get a job and we need to work hard and work long hours, because the more you work, the more success you'll find. That's not the case. So I created a course that helps people overcome imposter syndrome. So that's one of the other reasons why I make these videos, is because I'm trying to lead people towards the products that I'm creating to give to you to help change your life. One of those products is this course. And I'm going to put that link in there in the description. But this is to help you to conquer that imposter syndrome. The people who feel like you just can't get over this inner voice that's constantly telling you you're not good enough to be doing what you're doing. You're going to get found out. You're going to get caught. Somebody's going to notice that you're making mistakes and that you're not really actually that knowledgeable. That's all in the mind. Usually you are very knowledgeable and you will make mistakes, and there's nothing wrong with that. So you don't have to feel like it's going to be a shame if you make a mistake and somebody finds out. But the thing about imposter syndrome is it's a mental thing, and you can start to fix your mindset and overcome it in a way where you're no longer limited by your beliefs. You're now able to excel beyond your wildest imagination. Whatever it is you think that you're doing right now that is over your head and you feel like maybe you're going to get found out, the truth is really, you're probably capable of doing way more. But the more you keep thinking that you're already at your limit, the more you're going to limit yourself from ever stepping into your greatness. Another thing that I made is a coaching package, a one-on-one coaching package. That's designed to help people find their passion and their purpose, their strengths, their weaknesses, their unique gifts, their talents. And then not only that, but exploit those things, enhance your confidence, and create a plan with you to help you find fulfillment in your life moving forward. From that point forward, you will always move with confidence. You'll always move with power. You'll always move knowing that you're moving forward in the right direction, and you'll no longer be afraid of what people think of you. You won't be afraid of failure or any of those things. So last thing I also created was free handouts, and that's for you to be able to just grab and try to work on these things yourself. So the handouts are out there. I'm putting them in the description. I'm putting the links so that you can access those. Maybe you don't need one-on-one coaching, but if you find you need more accountability, you need help with somebody to help you plan this thing out, coaching is for you. Either way, I'm here to help you change your life. Continue watching my content, subscribe, leave comments so other people can see this and be a part of my mission, and I'll be a part of yours. Take care.